Books, 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 books! Hello everyone, my name is Helene and it is finally time to do my long-awaited Irish book haul. Yes! As some of you know, I went to Ireland last week and I went there with 25 students. Yeah, that is why I decided to treat myself with books. So that means before the trip I ordered some books that I would receive after the trip. And I have now received all of those books. I'm going to do this book haul in two parts, and the first part is going to be books that I bought in Ireland because I did have time to go to a bookstore and I had a list of books that I wanted to find and I found most of the books. And then afterwards I'm going to show you the books that I bought before the trip but that I only received after the trip. This is going to be a long video, so I'm going to get started right away. First of all, I have a book that I actually bought before all of this Ireland thing happened, but I just never got around to showing the book to you, and that is Uninvited by Sophie Jordan. I did a review of this book, so I will put the link to that review down below, but I can just tell you right now, I loved it. If you love dystopian books, you have to pick this book up. The first three books that I bought in Ireland is a box set, and I just had my eyes set on this box set. I had to find it, and it was the first thing that I looked for when I went to the bookstore in Dublin. Yeah, let me just show them to you. It is the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. This is fantasy, and this is going to be my first read by Brandon Sanderson. I have heard so many things about this box set. I especially got interested in it when I saw Book and Junk's perfect review of this box set, because she did a review and I watched it like the day before I went to Ireland, and so after having watched that, I just had to get the box set. Link to that review will be down below. Funny story is that when I got into the bookstore, this was the first thing that I was looking for and I just couldn't find it. I looked everywhere and then finally I found it under a table on the floor. And don't ask me why they put it there, because this doesn't belong down there. This is beautiful. This is very good. So I just grabbed it immediately. I think this was the only box that they had, and this was just mine. We have Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, and The Hero of Ages, and I'm so excited to get started. The next book I found in the bookstore is Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. I believe this is fantasy. I don't know too much about it, but I kind of like not knowing too much about my books before I read them, so it is fine with me. I just heard excellent things about this book. I saw Amanda from My Secret Book Club got it, and I just wanted to have it as well. So here we have it. Here we have 4 books that are all part of a series, or at least I believe it's a complete series actually. And yeah, let me just show you the books. First of all, this is the third book. Okay, let me just show you the first book. The first book is The Demon King by Cinda Williams Chimer, I believe it is. The first book in the Seven Realms series. Then we have The Exile Queen, The Grey Wolf Thorn. Finally we have a hardback, but it is the 4th book. It is The Crimson Crown. They only had the first 3 books in paperback. This is hot. And then the last book in hardback, and I just really wanted to get all of the series, so I decided to just go for it, even though I don't like my books to be in different editions. I don't know if you can tell, but it's quite not easy to do this, but here we have the books, and I'm so excited about this book. I've heard about this through Peruse Project and also through Riley Marie 1196. I remembered the number. And I just heard that this is going to be an excellent series, so of course I had to get it. Because I'm happy, oh yeah, I am happy, oh yeah. I am not good at singing, so. In Dublin I also found The Dream Thieves by Maggie Steve Vader, and this is the 2nd book in the Raven Boys trilogy. I own the first book as a paperback, and I actually bought the first book in the very same bookstore when I went to Dublin last September. So it was quite funny to find the 2nd book in the same edition and buy at the same place. And yeah, I haven't started this series yet. Please let me know if you like it or not, because I really want to get started with it, but yeah, I just really want to know what it's about. I don't know anything about this series other than it's about some ravens and some boys, but yeah, I basically don't know anything about this series. Then I got Silence and Finale by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is the 3rd and 4th book in the Hush Hush series, February. I bought the first 2 books in the same bookstore back in September. So when I found the 3rd and 4th book in paperback as well, I had to get them. They mostly have paperbacks in Dublin. I don't know why, but I just couldn't find any hardbacks. But then suddenly this hardback, beautiful book appeared on the shelves, and that is These Broken Stars by, who is it by? Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. Okay, I have had my eyes on this book for some time now, but I don't really know what it's about. I love the cover, I've heard great things about it, so when I saw it on the shelves in beautiful hardback edition, I had to get it. And that is the end of part 1 of my book haul. That was the books that I bought in Dublin. So now let's move on to the books that I bought prior to the trip. First we have Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I just had to get the hardback edition because I knew that it would be different from the paperback edition. We have these black pages, and I love that it is a tall book because now I can fill my shelves of tall books completely, because now I have another tall book here. Yama. This is about a circus that only performs during nighttime, and it suddenly appears. You don't know where it comes from and when it will come, but it suddenly is there, and that's basically all I know. It is an adult book, and I just am really interested in this book. Panic by Lauren Oliver, and I always want to play with my hair when I see this cover. I don't know why. This is about a game called Panic, and when you play this game you panic, I believe. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know too much about it, but I love the Delirium series by Lauren Oliver, so of course I had to get this book, which was published this month. And I have to mention the smoothness of the cover, as all other booktubers do, because it is kind of different. Then I have The Winner's Curse by Marie Wodkowski. I read it, I loved it, it is really good. I'm going to talk more about this book in my March wrap-up, which will be up soon. From peer pressure, I had to buy Half Bad by Sally Green. I actually don't like the colors of this book, so I didn't know if I wanted to buy it or not, but when I heard that it was about witches and that it was about a male witch, as far as I know, and being bad inside and also being good inside, I believe, I had to get it. So I got it, and I'm happy about it now that I have it in my hands. I have been very good, because normally when I buy books in a series, I tend to buy the complete series. Don't ask me why, but I just like the feeling of having the complete series on my shelves before I start reading. But this time I only bought the first book in a series, so I feel very good. And that is The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson, the first book in the Girl of Fire and Thorns series. I believe this is fantasy, and I've heard excellent things about it. I really love the colors and the cover. This is just gorgeous, so I'm very eager to get started on this one as well. Then I have Falling Kingdoms and Rebel Spring by Morgan Rhodes, another fantasy series that I have heard about through both Piru's Project but also Cassidy Voynich. I don't know too much about these books either, but I have been wanting to get them for quite a while now, so I decided to finally get them, and they look very pretty as well, so that always makes me happy. Ugh, heavy books. Okay, the next 3 books are also a series, and that is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I finally got it. We have Throne of Glass, which I have already read and loved, Crown of Midnight, and the gorgeous novella bind-up The Assassin's Blade. And I have to say something about this cover. I love it, it is gorgeous, the colors are just perfect, and I can't wait to get to this book. I don't know actually if you can read the bind-up of the novellas before you read the second book. I kind of want to, but yeah, I think I'm going to read the second book before I get to the novellas. And then the very last 7 books are I had to get them. I was a little bit hesitant because I don't need these books. I really don't need them, but I had to have this version of the books. And this is kind of like the cherry on top of the ice cream, because this is the biggest treat that I have given myself for a long while. I'm talking about the Harry Potter series, this beautiful box set. I just really loved it. It was quite expensive, and I already owned the books in Danish, so I didn't know if I wanted to spend the money again. But I don't own them in English, and also I want to reread the series in English. Because recently I did a tag video in which I did the Harry Potter alphabet tag, and let me just say it didn't go very well. I just failed completely because I haven't read the Harry Potter books in English. So now is the perfect excuse to read them in English and do another take of that tag video once I have gone through them. Look at this gorgeous box set. We have Hogwarts here, and it is heavy. Then we have, as I said, I read them in Danish, and I don't even know the name in English for this pub that they go to. So I will have to read it in English. But here we have the pub, and here we have, is it called Honeydukes? It says so here, Honeydukes. Okay. And then we have the train for Hogwarts. I'm just in love with this box set. I'm going to sleep with this tonight under my pillow. I don't care if it's uncomfortable, I'm going to sleep with it. I don't know, do I need to show you the books? They are a pain in the ass to get in and out. Do you want to see them? Okay, I got the first one out. We have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Gorgeous cover and gorgeous back page. Then we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And the back page. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And the back page. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The books get heavier and heavier. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And the back page. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And the back page. And Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Front and back. So gorgeous. That was all 30 books that I had to show you today. That was all for my Irish book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I have a lot of books that I have to get to now. Please let me know in the comments if you have anything to say about these books, if you have read them, if you know what they're like, and if you like them or not. I would very much like to know. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Happy reading and